It's no secret that schools and early childhood centers are short staffed. Teachers aren't getting paid enough. They have huge classrooms. They're already working on their own time just to get everything done. So, when kids are showing social, emotional, or behavioral problems, it becomes an overwhelming challenge, which then becomes even harder to deal with when you aren't sure how to talk to their family, or you have tried and it didn't go well. How do you handle that? Well, I don't think you should have to figure this out on your own. That's why I'd like to support you through these challenges. Just in case you haven't seen my other videos, I'm Dr. Courtney Zuloff McCurdy, professor and lead early childhood researcher at the Center for Childhood Resilience at Lurie Children's Hospital. My work is focused on how we can provide all kiddos the best chances at developmental success. And one way I do that is by partnering with schools and early childhood centers to support them where I can. The topic or challenges my team can help you with are children's social, emotional, and behavioral development, improving relationships between educators and families, and healing centered framework and behavioral interventions in early childhood. What that support looks like will be tailored to you. We have a few options. I can come in and talk about those topics as a professional development series or workshop or something like that. Maybe you have an advisory board and it makes sense for me to join that. Another option is we find a way for me to talk with families about these topics. Or we do offer one-on-one coaching. That's an option too. In another video, I talk about an intervention we're building called PAIR. Maybe you would really like to participate in that and use the prototype we're developing there. You could learn more about that in the other video. Or maybe another project at the Center for Childhood Resilience would be a better fit, and we can think about that too. So there's no specific way we have to do this. The support will be tailored to your needs and the unique context of your school or center. For example, in Seattle, I partnered with a large public school early childhood system. It was a mix of Head Start, state-funded classrooms, and inclusive classrooms. And the way we got started was I met with the assistant principal to just talk a little bit more about who I was as a researcher, my background, and then learn a little bit more about the school and see if there was a way I could support them. After that meeting, the next step was for me to actually go out to the school. I was able to walk around, observe some classrooms, talk to some teachers, some leadership, and just get a sense of where everybody was wanting support. That way, I could better assess if I was the best person to give that support or not. They had scheduled professional developments for teachers, but wanted someone with expertise to talk about social emotional development and family educator relationships. So we started with that. They also had a social emotional advisory board. I sat on that board and helped out with some of the family events they were doing. We would co-lead those events. The educators would go into what they were doing in the classroom and what that looked like, and I would talk about the research rationale behind that. Finally, I also did some one-on-one coaching with some educators. Now, all of that took place over 3 years. That's how long I had been working with them up until the time I moved to Chicago. So I'm open to long-term partnerships if that is also beneficial to you. But I'm also open to short-term partnerships as well. Again, it's about how my team can best support you. This is already paid for through independent funding that I have obtained. There is no fee for this service. If this is something you would like to learn more about and to see if a partnership would work, please email us. I hope to hear from you soon.